The Dershow.
A smoking gun email has emerged that conclusively demonstrates not only that I was framed, but how I was framed and why I was framed and what the motive for the framing was. And fortunately, this website called TMZ, which apparently has a policy of going through records with a fine-tooth comb, they went through the disclosure records and found these emails. And I'm just going to read to you briefly from how TMZ reported it. They were the first, as far as I know, the only people to report on the finding of this smoking gun email. Okay, quote, this is from TMZ. The documents attained by TMZ include email correspondence between Gouffre, it's the woman who accused me, and UK journalist Sharon Churcher from May 2001. Sharon Churcher was writing for a British tabloid, and she became friendly with Gouffre and was giving her advice. And so the TMZ continues. Gouffre, in her email, is telling Churcher she found a ghostwriter to pen her story about being victimized by Epstein. And Gouffre, surprisingly, doesn't seem to remember who she has claimed to have had sex with. And so Gouffre writes to Churcher and says, I wanted to put the names of those assholes, whoops, I meant to say pedos, that J.E. Jeffrey Epstein sent to me. In other words, you tell me who I had sex with. And Churcher responds, and this is the smoking gun part. Churcher responds, don't forget Alan Dershowitz, J.E.'s buddy and lawyer. Good name for your pitch, as he represented Klaus von Bülow, and a movie was made about that case. Now, in the email, Churcher acknowledged that there was absolutely no proof or evidence that I did anything wrong, but she claims that she tells Virginia Gouffre, you may have met him when he was hanging out with Epstein. Fact is, I never met her, never saw her. She never saw me. We were never in the same city at the same time. I have proved that by my travel records, but it doesn't matter. The email says, you may have met him, so include him in the book. And then TMZ continues by reporting the following. Ghislaine Maxwell's lawyers, who were provided these emails were given to them in discovery, quote, allege that Gouffre only added Dershowitz to her manuscript after that exchange with Churcher. But even then, and this is TMZ, not me speaking, but even then, Gouffre did not allege she had ever had sex with him until many years later when she got her lawyers and she got contingency fee lawyers who obviously were seeking to capitalize and make money, and they did make money off these accusations. Okay, so following this smoking gun email, in fact, Gouffre did include me in her book. Remember, Churcher says, include him in the book. It'll help you sell the book. Include him in the manuscript. So she mentions me in the book, but as someone she did not have sex with. She mentions me as somebody she once saw when she was with Epstein, but not that somebody that she had sex with. The only time she says, falsely, of course, that she had sex with me is years later when she meets her contingency fee lawyers, and as the result of meeting her contingency fee lawyers, they put my name in an accusation that's filed with the court, apparently confusing me with someone else who she had seen with Epstein. Now, the lawyers could easily have called me and said, look, Mr. Dershowitz, this client of mine has said that you had sex with her. Can you disprove it? And I would have been able to. Of course, I had all my travel and American Express and everything. And I couldn't have been in any of the places she said she had sex with me. But without giving me an opportunity to disprove the false accusations by my travel and other records, the lawyers filed a public document accusing me. The federal judge presiding over the case was outraged, and he sanctioned the lawyers for including my name in the petition. And he struck any reference to me, saying you cannot make that. You cannot make that accusation, and you have to strike it. And my name was struck from all the court documents. But the damage had already been done, because once they had put my name in it as the result of this frame-up, my name traveled all over the world, along with Prince Andrew. Professor Dershowitz and Prince Andrew accused. Of course, in Prince Andrew's case, there was some evidence. There was a photograph. In my case, not only was there no evidence, but there was clear evidence that I could not have ever met her or been with her. But that didn't matter, because guilt by accusation. If you're accused, then you're guilty. And that's what happened in this case.